episode number 250 with Dane G.
I got X-ray specs for eyes.
Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Stevie B.
And Dan G.
Dan G. You are, let's see, you were in Cartagena, now you're back in the Book, right?
Yeah, I went up. Steve. It's really exhausting. I just couldn't pet any more dolphins.
Too many private islands? Was that the problem?
Yeah, it's the private islands every day. Just going out there on the boat. It's exhausting.
Yeah. All the manta rays and just all the tropical fish and the umbrella drinks.
I mean, it's like signing autographs, petting those dolphins, and I just, I got tired of it.
Yeah. The guy's coming up to you and he's like, Mr. Garcia, we have four more dolphins for you to pet.
Right. But I'll tell you what, going to private islands is a great way to become an alcoholic in 30 days.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. I managed to do it in like 3 days, but hey, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's only 10% of the time. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So no, but it's actually Cartagena, really actually pretty inexpensive as far as, going out to islands. There's a lot of private islands you can go out to, which is really nice. You can go pet some dolphins, sea turtles and stuff. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. And just fun,
Nice. And you're about to come back to the States. I got to say that I will be glad when you get back in the U.S. because I feel like I've been communicating with a Colombian drug lord for the past month. You've got like 3 burner phones, and I don't know which number to call. And I'm like, do I use WhatsApp? Is he on Wi-Fi? Like, how do I get a hold of this fucking guy?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of tough when you got to start throwing away phones,
Yeah.
Break them in half.
This is not a secure line. I told you not to call me on this number.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, well, the good news is you can get a hold of me, but yeah, it'll be better, come this coming week. So yeah, we're good like that.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah,
good
I've
deal.
had my fill on cocoa rice and salsa for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but Cartagena is cool, highly suggested. A lot of peddlers though, I was there during kind of a festival, so I kind of felt like I was in Mazatlan on the beach, dude, with like, people selling you
Chiclets and stuff.
Chiclets, children, and like, sunglasses, you're like, just enough, please leave me alone.
Stop.
Yeah. So that's when I decided to check into the Hyatt and just do the pool thing. Nobody bothers you up there.
Yep. Oh, that's great. Did you get in any of those? Do any tours of the castle there? The guy with they got the statue of him.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
one leg,
did.
one arm, and I think he even had one eye, and he defeated the Spaniards or something like that.
And his bird as well on his shoulder.
That's right. Yeah, he's got the parrot on his shoulder.
Fucking, it's like a true story too. So it's like. Weirder. No, but the thing is, every single time, and I want everybody to know this. Look, the tour. Know that you're gonna have to do the jewelry store thing or like whatever it is. And I know this. I've been on 100 of these things. I know not to do it, and I still did it.
They always stop off at a little keychain store or something.
Yeah, they warm you up. They warm you up with that. Yeah, that's like the warm up,
Yes.
to the big one, to the big to the big store that has like, one entry and the exit is like a mile around the other side.
Yes, you're like, wait a minute, I paid for the Great Wall tour. I didn't pay to go to a keychain store. What are we doing here?
Well, I got to learn all about emeralds. So there you go.
Oh, cool. How many did you buy?
Let me think about that. Yeah, I just can't remember how many I didn't. Yeah, I even think the girl explaining the whole thing. I think I could tell she didn't even want to be there.
She was just over it.
She was just like nobody wanted to be there in the whole thing, the whole store.
quintessential jewelry store tour.
Oh, the quintessential jewelry store tour. Oh my God. And I know every time I'm like, God, I should have just taken the tour by myself. I know, and then all of a sudden they put you in a bus and there's like, 100 other people. And yeah, it's the same thing every time, every place. So
Every time. It doesn't matter the country.
Doesn't matter the country. So just everybody beware of the tour.
Joe and I did one of those when we saw the terracotta soldiers. We got
up in China.
You're stopping off in these little quintessential places when they pick you up in the short bus.
Yeah.
And you get on there. Before you get there, they drop you off at the little magnet store or something. And you're like, uh-oh, it's starting. Then you get to see what you want. But on the way back, they've got you because they're your ride home. And
it's late.
And it's late. And we stopped off at it was a Chinese silk shop, and they really get you because the door that we went in, it looked like it was kind of like a strip mall, but we went in this door, and then we went up to the second floor, and it just opened up into this giant warehouse where they literally had like this mousetrap type maze where you have to walk through the entire store before you can get to the register and then walk back out. And that's when you realize the door that you walked in, there was a door directly next to it, 1.5 feet to the right, that was the exit. But you've since walked 2.5 miles through this entire warehouse maze and then come back out. It was Joe got taken on that one. He got some $700 sheets that I was using.
$700 silk sheets. Hey, well, I hope he's using them well.
Oh yeah, I think I bought a shirt just because we were there for an hour and a half, and I was so fucking bored. And, I don't even think I have the shirt anymore.
Oh man, yeah. Just buyer beware of these tours, man. Every time. Oh man.
Oh, how's your We got our little 30-day challenge we should tell everyone about.
Oh shit, that's right. Damn it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm feeling that one, Steve. Well, we kind of decided to do, I did a little challenge. I mean, I don't want to be one of those stupid internet things, but I just kind of for beneficial health reasons. Right. So, and I know you do the cold shower thing. So I was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to try it for 30 days. But I didn't have a choice when I started. So I want to point that out.
There is no water heater.
There was no water heater where I was staying, and it was cold water. So I was like, hey, well, this is a great time to start this challenge.
Yeah. So I'm already 3 days in, not by choice.
Yeah, I'm 3 days in. I'm going to call Steve that I started the challenge. So I did. So I got to admit, this is the first time I've taken like a cold shower in I don't even know how many years. And that was terrible.
It's fucking awful, isn't it?
It's fucking awful. I was like, like fat people, if you're fat, you can't see yourself pee. Well, it's like, I didn't know that could happen if you were skinny. Yeah. So I was like, where are my balls in my liver?
I'm choking on something. I believe it's
I'm choking on something. Oh yeah, it's a ballsicle. Yeah. I've tried different techniques for the past 3 days in doing this, and there's nothing really works. I call it like the turn of death. I try to do like, one like death turn, you know what I mean? Just turning, around in the shower once and then I go twice. Yeah, that doesn't work. I try to like kind of pre-game with like cold water on my back. Nothing. It just doesn't work.
No,
nothing. Just shut the hell up and just do it. But but
you got to just turn it on and take it.
Yeah, but there is a lot of benefit to it. Definitely feel a lot better. I know that there's probably about like 10 or 11 different like health benefits to it, but definitely feel better doing it. It just sucks.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's those first like 20 to 30 seconds. Just I've been doing it for a couple of years. Just in the morning, I just turn on the cold water, flip the switch so that it comes out the shower instead of the tub spout, and you just take it.
Oh man. It's rough, man.
Yeah, it does contribute to fat loss.
Yes,
I know that. And there's something about when you hit the water up on your upper back and neck, that seems to trigger your body's response to start burning fat. Maybe it's just to keep you warm.
And there's
Your body's gotta click in and start so you don't go hyperthermic. But there's benefits as far as like increased immunity.
Right. A lot of people do it for just just kind of basic, cold and flu stuff to kind of ward off against stuff like that. As I know, it increases your metabolism as well as it's supposedly endorphins, your circulation as well. And yeah, so I mean, there's definitely, it's like kind of like shock treatment. You definitely feel a lot more alert, when you're done. But man, I mean, I recommend it, but Jesus Christ, it's rough.
Yeah, it is.
I'm on my 7th one. Are we doing that? Can I just do like 30 showers? Because otherwise, I work out, so it's like I got to take 2 showers a day. So this is starting to suck.
Yeah. It's really going to suck when you get home and you have the option of hot water.
Well, can I start off with like warm and then like go down? Is that okay?
That's the way I started with it, to kind of ease into it, and but you're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you this. This is something I found out. I was like, forget the prison. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap in the cold shower because that sucks. That happened to me like 3 times. I'm like, oh shit, I got to pick that thing up. It's freezing. It just, your whole back, you're just done.
Your showers are quicker, right? I mean, they're probably half the time of your warm showers.
I save probably, well, I haven't saved yet because I haven't been home, but literally, like, I would say my showers are like 4 minutes.
Yeah. Instead of 12.
Yeah, instead of like 12. Oh, let me work on this one spot with some hot water. Yeah, nah, I'm like in and I'm out. Do a little PT&A.
I decided to do. You talked before about there. You told me maybe 6 months or a year ago that you like doing air squats in the morning. And I thought, okay, you're doing the cold showers. I could do 30 air squats every morning for 30 days.
Wake up. And your hands don't get dirty because it's not like you're doing push-ups on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, I'm curious to see. I took a measurement of my thighs this morning. I'm curious to see if they get any bigger after 30 days.
You would do that, but
I would. Yeah.
Did you do like the circumference of your ass too, or?
I did not. Maybe I should have done that one as well.
Well, you should have done because it's kind of thighs and ass,
Okay. The thighs are 21 inches right now, so nice little bean poles. We'll see if see if those go up by a 1/4 inch after a month. We'll see.
All right. Oh, how'd you feel? I mean, you feel like alert, awake, or what's up?
I feel good. Just as soon as I get up, I just do them right then. Just get them over with.
Yeah, and it's easy, right? Like, because you don't have to like get down on the ground and you gotta do anything. It's just a quick little boom, boom, and it's kind of like drinking your glass of water, right? So it's
you know what I noticed? So this is the second day I've done it. Is it's like how can I describe it? It's kind of like everything's getting in alignment, So after laying down for 8 hours, and then if you just jump up and do 30 air squats or 50 if you're energetic or more, but it was kind of like the first 10 things are kind of getting warmed up, and then after that I noticed I could go a little bit deeper, and then I felt like my spine kind of like get in alignment, and then the last 10 or so my back was actually cracking, like kind of down towards my lower back, and it kind of puts everything in alignment, right after you get up, so it's a neat little habit. I think one that I'll probably just do.
And it literally takes 15 seconds, 30 seconds, within a minute you're done, right? It's something really easy to do. You just hop out of bed, nice 30 squats, boom, done. Go
get the endorphins going, probably boost a little bit of testosterone.
Yeah, then you can start thinking about that cold shower.
Yeah.
Oof, man, that is something, man. I'm gonna tell you. Oof, man.
Do you find yourself sometimes when I'm not feeling especially energetic towards the cold shower, and I got to leave for work at 7:10 in the morning, and it's like 6:55, and I'm all, Well, I haven't brushed my teeth yet. Normally, I brush my teeth after I get out of the shower, but I suppose I could brush them now, and then it would delay the shower by 2.5 minutes.
there's there's no, you can't talk your way out of it, dude. There's no like you're just delaying the inevitable.
I know.
It's just there's no way to make it. I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. I tried pouring like 2 cups of cold water on my balls to start. That still don't. Nothing works. You can't like pregame it. You know what I mean? I put it on my feet a little to like it did nothing works.
Yeah. You're just splashing
nothing.
it on your thighs a little bit
Yeah.
first. Maybe this will prep me. No, it won't. Nothing will prep you.
Yeah. I tried like all different parts of my body prepping. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Just start with your feet under there. You're like, well, maybe this will help. No.
Yeah.
No, it won't.
Yeah. Were they just the extremities? Yeah, nothing, man. So yeah. But anyways, man, guys, it's great. You guys you all benefit from it. It's awesome. It just sucks. It's awesome and it sucks at the same time.
Yeah. After it's done, though, you
you feel great.
Amazing.
You feel great.
If you've never done it, you feel like, once you get past the 30 seconds, you finish the shower, you turn off the water, you actually feel kind of like this. You feel warm after the shower. Ironically, it's almost like this heat is kind of like burning inside your chest and radiating out, and it triggers something in your body that just like turns it on, and you feel like you're ready to face the day. I got it from I think I got it from Tim Ferriss. He was on the Adam Carolla show and he was talking about it, and then Adam Carolla started doing it, and I thought, what the hell, I'll try it. And I was like, wow, this is fucking miserable. But Tim put it best, I think, when he said that there's something about voluntarily putting yourself through pain like that first thing in the morning, that when other little things come up in the day that might normally derail you, you're a little bit more prepared for it, because you've already punished yourself within 15 minutes of waking up in the morning. What could be worse than that?
Right. Just a way to handle stress management.
Yeah. It's really good for relieving stress too, ironically.
Yeah. So good stuff, man. Yeah. So get on the program. It sucks.
Yeah. It's fucking awful.
Fucking awful. Yeah. You're gonna hate it, but you should do it.
Yeah. Oh shit! I feel like we're hiding the lead here. Dane G.
Shit. Oh yeah.
Wow, that was a 20-minute hide right there.
Yeah. Yo. Dane G is coming on the show. It's all good. Yes. Shout out stars. What do we got?
He's got Airbnb down in Bucaramanga. You stayed at one or two of his places, right?
Yeah, a couple of his spots. Yeah. Pretty good setups there.
And so he rents Airbnb, or he rents apartments, from the owner, and then he turns around and rents them through Airbnb. He doesn't even live in Columbia. He lives up in Seattle.
He used to, but he spent a lot of time. He'll explain his story because, so we'll get to that, right?
Yeah, but super interesting.
It's just a different twist on doing Airbnb, instead of actually like buying a place and then Airbnb-ing it, or that's kind of what most people do. But this is something that people were doing in the States a while back, and it's just another way of doing Airbnb, right? So renting it out and just kind of doing it that
subletting
way.
It.
Yeah, it's basically subletting it, and the cash flow, the numbers seem to work for what he's doing. So it's just be interesting just to get his take on how he's doing everything.
Yeah. I never would have thought that you could profitably Airbnb a place and not own it. That was never even a thought in my head. But
people used to do that here in the States, but
they did.
Then that was actually kind of a big thing probably about 5 years ago. But but these were people that they're like group of like college kids or whatever, or something happened, and they just, and then all of a sudden they didn't tell the owner, and so people kind of got privy to it. So there's not a lot of it in the States anymore, but you can still do it, so you have to be able to sublet it though.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I'm curious to pick his brain, how he's able to do that and where he's doing it. It's not even legal down there. So he's figured out a way around that, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, it's kind of like Uber. You know, Uber's not legal in Colombia either. So
Huh. And they still get around it.
yeah,
Cool.
kind of like Airbnb. All right, it's
Free
all
market
good.
will find a way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Oh, you were mentioning that your friend you think has a stalker?
Oh yeah, she called me. She's like, "Yo," she calls me Dan G. She's like, "Dan G, I got a stalker," and I was like, "Well, do you need help? Or like, what's up?" She's like, "No, no, no, no. It's like, it's cool." And I was like, "Well, that's weird. Why are you calling me about a stalker?" And you're saying it's cool. Like, what's cool about that? And she's like, "Well, you know, he's around, and like, you know." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, do you want a restraining order?" Like, and she like seems to think it's cool to have a stalker. Like, I don't know. It's like that's fucking weird.
That's got to be one of the single worst ways to spend your time is stalking someone.
I
You're
guess
literally putting time into someone that has no interest in you or may not even know that you exist.
there's no rate of return on it. It's
No,
like
no.
it's like a losing bet.
Not only are they not interested, they're fucking terrified of you.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm just trying to like wonder, is this like maybe just someone from the gym that like hides out in the bushes when she comes out or something? I don't know, but you know, it's very strange. So, anyways, yeah, this is the kind of friends I have.
I saw you at the gym. Oh, and then I saw you later this afternoon at the store. Huh, that's
Yeah,
strange.
in the
Yeah.
vegetable section.
Yeah.
Fruit
You're
aisle.
walking a dog in front of my house back and forth. That's weird.
Yeah, I just don't know who has time for that. I mean, it's like that's like a job, man. I mean, you got to know what time, you know, people are going to be somewhere. You got to be there. It's like, dude, I mean, it's a job, you know,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
stalk someone, appropriately.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to do it right.
I mean, to be a good stalker, you got to really I mean, there's just no way I could do it. I mean, I think my ex-girlfriend, I was like 21, you know what I mean? I think she was cheating on me. And I think I waited for her to come home at like 7 o'clock in the morning. That's about as good as it got, but I left at like 6.
Okay. You weren't really committed to the cause then.
I wasn't committed to the cause. I'm not a good stalker. And I just,
We got to work on that, dude.
I suck.
You know what you
So,
could have done? Well, the technology probably wasn't around back then, but now
Yeah.
on Amazon you can get a GPS magnetic
tracker.
tracker. Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, that
$59.99. Just clip that to the inside of their bumper, and you can
Yeah.
get a good night's sleep, and then just wake up in the morning and see where they've been. You know, without
Oh.
having to physically sit outside their house. You know.
Right. Yeah. Save time, energy, and effort, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's just pro tip there.
Yeah. Pro stalker tip. In case any of you are, committed to the cause.
Yeah, yeah. Because you have a little more fortitude than Daniel. And
Yeah.
GPS
Yeah.
tracker.
Apparently I suck. So,
Yeah,
but I'm
the
sure you all
FBI
have
and
been.
CIA have been using them for decades. You know, you
Yeah.
just got to get on the train here.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know who has time for that kind of stuff. Just, I don't know. It's not a good investment.
No, no, it's a terrible return on investment.
Yeah. Oh man.
How many people have, are happily married for 40 years now, and they're like, yeah, it all started when he stalked me.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was hiding in the bushes.
Yeah,
He was
that's how I
smiling
knew
at me.
he really loved
He
me.
loved me. Not a whole lot of relationships start out that way.
Oh, that's great.
Oh
Cool.
man.
Well, should we bring on Dane?
Dane, yeah, let's bring on Dane.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with Dane G.
I got supersonic speed that I used to run to you. I stretch my arms for miles and miles and wrap them.
Cool. What's up, Dane? How you doing, brother?
Good, man. I'm doing good. Just
That's
up here in
awesome, man.
Seattle in the rain.
Yeah.
As good as that can be.
Well, tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, you're down there in Colombia, so
Yeah.
it's real bad for you.
Yes. Where are you at? You're up in Seattle?
Woodby Island.
Woodby Island. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah. So Daniel has rented a couple of your units, and he's been talking quite a bit about you, and we've been excited to get your take on Airbnb. I can tell you, I've never even thought of renting a place and then renting it again as an Airbnb. That's pretty clever.
Yeah,
especially in another country
Yeah.
yeah, that makes it a little harder too.
that he doesn't live in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you can you kind of tell us your story, how you got started with that, and like what, how'd you get
Yeah,
into
well,
that?
I appreciate the compliments. That was such a great idea, but I kind of found Airbnb by accident, not by on purpose in the beginning. Um, so I was living in Colombia, and I had bought a business from someone. Well, I bought the business, and she also had housing for me, and was going to fix my visa situation. I was coming off a bad breakup, and then my visa ended up getting denied after that whole thing. She stole my money, and I got
It was
kicked
a
out of
one-stop
Colombia.
shop. It was a
Oh,
one-stop
yeah.
shop.
So I got kicked out of Colombia, and I had this sweet apartment, and I really didn't have another option but to put it on Airbnb, to tell you the truth.
Oh man, that's what we call getting had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
really had.
Oh man,
So
God, was she
this
hot at least?
well, no, she's the worst person ever. But
Oh no, no redeeming qualities.
no, this is the worst of the worst.
Oh
What
man.
what she did was she well, she found me somehow when I was looking for an apartment. I just wanted a visa, and so she's like, "Oh, I'll get you a visa. I'm a lawyer. You can trust me." I'm like, "Oh, perfect. I've never
Cool.
had a lawyer
Yeah.
This is fun.
First
besides my
one.
ex that I just broke up with." But
Yeah.
I got really good experiences with lawyers.
Oh man.
And
That's awesome.
she had everything for me. She's going to get my visa paperwork going, and so I let her take care of the visa paperwork, and it turned out
Of
to be a
course.
6-month process. And then so she doctored a thing here or there to make it look like my business that she sold me that was her son's was worth like
Oh.
94 million pesos, like $30,000, and I hadn't even done hadn't any sales or business. And so then after she borrowed some money from me and said she was going to pay me back in a month and signed a paper, all of a sudden when I went into immigration in Bogota, she'd already reported the papers she falsified as me committing fraud before I even
Jesus.
opened the door.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't really stand much of a chance.
Wow, dude, you
Yeah.
lost a fight before you even went into it.
Oh God, I had no idea.
Yeah. You're walking into the ring of fire.
Yeah. So
Wow.
anyways, that's how I initially found Airbnb.
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. But I appreciate you guys telling me it was an amazing idea.
Yeah.
It found you.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Exactly.
So you rented that one out, I guess, and you had to do that from out of the country?
Yeah, well, once you're kicked out, you can't be.
You
it.
don't have
They
much
don't
of a
really let
choice.
you. They don't really let you back in,
So-
Steve.
Yeah. And I had met a friend. He actually used to be my door guard at an old apartment and became my motorcycle messenger. His name's Dionel. I think he helped you in there, Daniel.
Yeah,
My
nice guy.
apartments and,
Super nice guy.
when I had to leave, him and his daughter were the only ones that came over and helped me clean out all my stuff and take it to his parents' house, his friend's house, anywhere I could store it so that we could rent the place. We only had 2 days to do it.
Oh wow.
So he helped me out a lot with that. And then ever since then, he's been in charge of my apartments down there, and
Wow.
he's a real good guy. So
Wow.
Nice. And so you have you've got two apartments, right? And they're both in the same complex
Yeah.
or building?
right now I have 2 apartments in the same building, neither of
Okay.
which
And
was a building before my first one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Dan. You had others before, and then maybe we because you actually had some problems. So
Yeah. It's not easy starting up a vacation rental business
right.
in another country in a building that you didn't really choose to start that business in.
Oh yeah.
So-
Wow.
Like, there was a lot of problems with building administration and neighbors that didn't like, because having an Airbnb and renting for less than 30 days in Colombia is technically illegal.
Technically, right.
So everybody, but if you search anywhere in Colombia, there's hundreds and thousands of Airbnbs in cities.
Right.
So people look the other way, but you just got to find the right building. And the building I had was not the right building when I began.
You didn't really have a choice though, because you're like, hey,
No.
yeah, you know.
But that's how you live and learn. But
right.
yeah, that building was great. Like if you look at pictures of my old apartment, it's a lot bigger. I think it was a cooler place, but it had a lot of problems. Like it had a little swimming pool on the roof, but it was about the size of a bathtub.
Oh.
And the hours were like on Tuesday and Wednesday, it's open 2 to 3 in the afternoon. On Friday, Saturday, it's open 10 to 1.
It's like bizarre hours.
Yeah. So the pool is bad. It was also in a location right next to an emergency room.
No.
And I didn't know that
Sirens
before I
all the
spent a
time.
night in the place. So it was like the
Oh,
busiest
man.
street in the city. So you got the street noise, and then you got ambulances 24/7. So I got complaints from guests about noise, and
Oh, wow.
the whole apartment also was just wired horribly.
Oh.
So there's some challenges. Like
Yeah.
they ran every electrical wire basically to one breaker.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah,
wow.
yeah. That's
There was
a real
like
good idea.
almost a fire, and it melted like one of my phones, and some other kid complained about it because it fried his laptop.
Shit.
Somebody cut it cornered with the wiring.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So did you have to get an electrician or like?
Me and Dionel tried to figure it out pretty much.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
which could have been good or bad. Might have made it worse. I don't know.
Yeah.
We also had an issue with a gas leak from the
Oh,
guy that
shit.
installed my water heater.
Oh god. just
So whenever you
hodgepodge.
shower in the master, this gas smell just leaks straight into the kitchen. But I could never smell it because I was the only one that would shower in the master. But I had guests complain like, "There's a bad smell of gas in the kitchen" when I got the burner on when my husband's showering. I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's like my husband just passed out. I don't know what's going on around here.
So we had to get out of that building.
Sounds like that was a wise choice.
Yeah. So I basically took everything that I learned I didn't want there and kind of was able to.
Bad wiring, gas leaks,
Yeah.
fried laptops. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just leave that.
The building administrator would call the cops sometimes.
Oh Jesus, that's terrible.
Because of our Airbnbs. I used to have to say every person staying with me is a business associate or a friend.
Mhm.
And they can't legally prove that, I guess, unless somebody says something.
Okay.
But so they were always bothering me, and they called the cops a couple times
Oh wow.
and tried to say like they can't enter, and Dionel would have to show up, and he's pretty quick on his feet. He was a Marine, and he was able to get us through it. And here's a funny story. One time, the building administrator thought she was going to block us from having these two guests come in for like 20 days. So I really need the reservation.
Yeah,
She
20
said
days.
they
That's a long one.
Yeah. And she said they can't come in, and she was hassling Dionel and me. And then Dionel was really stressed out and up in the apartment, and he got a call from a random number, and it was the building administrator. And he's like, okay. He answers the phone, and she thought she was calling the owner of the apartment.
Ah.
And she was like, I just wanted to let you know that, who's a female too, and Dionel's a male. And she's like, hello, Sonia. I just wanted to let you know they are renting your apartment. And Dionel in his voice is like, oh, really? And then she said, yes, and we need to stop them. And I just wanted to let you know. And Dionel's like, no, let them in. That's cool. And then she's like, are you sure? And he said, yeah. And then Dionel hung up the phone. And never believe this.
That's fucking
And then
awesome.
we had no problem. They came right in.
Oh my god, that's freaking glorious.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, that's awesome.
Now your two
Oh, man.
apartments that you have now, you don't have issues like that anymore, right? Like there's
No,
other
no.
Airbnb guys that are doing the same thing, so they're kind of
That was the
Okay,
good
first
with the building manager and
the
the
first
doorman
thing
and
I
everything,
looked
right?
for in a new place was
Yeah.
I searched on Airbnb and was like, where is a building that has other Airbnb? Because
Multiple. Right.
I don't want to be the one guy fighting the battle in the building to get someone if there's a place
Right.
where it's already chill.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
found a building that was pretty centrally located, had a huge pool open all day, and had 4 or 5 existing Airbnbs in it. And I went to the building and looked at an apartment, and then I didn't like that apartment, but I asked the door guy to if there's a real estate agent or anybody that I could talk to, and gave me a number of a lady that has ended up renting me both apartments there. So
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
So you didn't
And
actually go through the administration. You actually went through like an actual real estate. Just so
yeah,
people know.
and
Yeah.
that's kind of hard to do in Colombia because
Yeah.
they make it crazy to rent down there.
Yeah.
They you need 2 co-signers usually just for a year lease on an apartment, one
Mhm.
of which like owns a farm, which is
Wow.
kind of weird. So it's kind of hard to get. So
Wow. You're like,
how
hey,
I
you got a
bypassed the
finca?
system was
yeah.
paid 6 months rent upfront cash, and then she was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, you don't need a co-signer."
Yeah. You're like, what
Okay.
cosigner? What cosigner? Oh,
That's
you
how we
pay
get
me.
around that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh. Okay, so you
Yeah.
pay 6 months in advance cash, give that to your real estate agent, and then you can
Mhm.
Airbnb for 6 months without having
Well,
to pay
the
them.
real estate agent makes the deal with the owner. Is
with
what
the
I- is
owner,
what-
correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
she's
she
kind
takes a
of.
slight cut off the rent, so she gets paid, and then
Yeah, I give her a tip, and
Yeah.
she helps me out. So
right on. And what about like the building manager or the doorman or like that? Do you got to kind of tip them as you go every month, or how does that work?
I used to do that at my old building a lot. I would buy him hamburgers on Uber Eats from my phone up here the day I had a guest arriving and all sorts of stuff. But that didn't end up being like the way to go because those are the guys that end up selling me out at the old building.
Huh. They didn't like
Wow.
hamburgers, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I
No,
don't know.
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Eh,
But at the
oh.
new building, yeah, on like Christmas, I'll give everybody like a Christmas bonus down to like the maintenance guy and the gardener that does the flowers out front.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
Just give them a little bit. A little bit
Yeah.
can go a long ways down there because
Yeah.
the exchange rate's so good right now. But
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, and I don't know. There's sometimes, or I'll give them something that I don't want anymore. I gave one of the door guys my binoculars because he's ex-military and liked them, and I don't know. You got to
Yeah.
kind of grease the wheel every once in a while. But.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Now-
So, Dane, sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, no, I was just gonna ask. So basically, your like your main kind of customers, down there, the main kind of people that are staying, are they mostly Americans, or kind of a mix of kind of Colombians and of Americans, or?
Yeah, well, my intent from how I'm trying to run my business plan is I wanted to cater to foreigners coming to Bucaramanga because a lot of the Airbnbs there, in my experience,
Mhm.
are pretty plain and not very comfortable. Colombian
Right.
furniture and beds and stuff
Yeah.
is not
Pretty
comfortable
terrible. Yeah. Pretty
to
terrible.
begin with. It's more for like show.
Yeah.
It looks nice in the photo.
It looks really
As soon
nice.
as you
You
sit
sit
on
on
it, it's
yeah.
like sleeping on
Get your
cardboard.
back certain and
Yeah.
yeah. And so I wanted to give like, because my apartment was how I would furnish it. I furnished
Yeah.
it for myself. So I was like,
Yeah.
why not try to do that, replicate that, and give something that's not really offered in Bucaramanga right now to foreigners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course that's nice too. Foreigners don't usually like try to bargain your price down on Airbnb like some Colombians and stuff, but
Like,
um,
hey,
yeah, it's not really a negotiable price when I'm
yeah,
renting
right.
for like, not
Yeah.
that much money.
Is there
Yeah,
a definite
yeah.
difference between renting to an American and a Colombian that's on vacation for a long weekend in Bucaramanga?
Oh, definitely. I love renting to foreigners down there because it's not Colombians' fault, really. It's because we know how Airbnb works. We've been around it our whole lives, and some of them are
Still
like new to the page. They just
Yeah.
created an account and heard about this thing.
They
So
expect a
they don't
pedicure
really
on
know how to like
arrival, and
leave the apartment nice like Daniel did, or
Yeah.
they don't
I
really
cleaned
care.
It,
They feel
man.
like I paid for this. This is my right to do whatever the hell I want.
I'm gonna piss on the floor.
Yeah. We had a dog that came into our
Oh,
apartment
jeez.
without knowing the other day that did pee all over the floor.
oh no,
I had to replace a mattress like a week ago.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
that's fun. That's fun.
But
So how does that work, Dane? With Airbnb, is there any like compensation for that? I mean, with the guest, the dog peed the bed. That's pretty
yeah, well, it's actually still says pending on my profile.
bad.
I filed a claim, and you take photos
Okay.
and
Okay.
you show that you have the rule that says no pets. So I
Got
should
it.
get reimbursed. but
Okay.
see.
So they're pretty good about that kind of stuff.
Airbnb is pretty good about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They're really host friendly when it comes to
Yeah.
if I'm a super host, so
Yeah.
if I call them with concerns or anything, they're going to take my side over somebody that has two
Yeah.
reviews that's a guest
Yeah.
that says some crazy stuff.
So how did you become a super host as opposed to, the non-super hosters?
To become a super host, there's like 4 criteria, and one is you have to maintain over a 4.8 out of 5 star in every category on a review.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
And the other one is you have to have, I think, 10 stays or 100 nights worth of
Okay.
worth of guests during that review period of like 4 months. And the other one is you have to respond to people's messages in a 90% response rate. So that's pretty easy to do. Another one is that you can't have a cancellation. So I can never cancel.
Oh,
Guests
wow.
can try to cancel. I had a guest the other day, actually, after when you were leaving, Daniel, that showed up at about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
and
fun.
Your checkout was at 11. And
Yeah.
she was like,
That's
I'm
right,
here
you
at
told
9 in the morning and I need to get to the apartment.
Dude, crazy, can't cure crazy.
Yeah. And now she's like, you need to cancel. And I was like, I'm not canceling. Like, I got you for 5 days on here on a non-refundable reservation, and you're here 5 hours early.
You're not going to ruin my superhost status.
Yeah.
How
I
dare
value
you?
it, man.
Yeah.
I was like, you can cancel. That's fine. It's non-refundable. But she was a nightmare. You left the apartment so clean and everything, and she showed up and didn't say she had a cat. And
Oh God. Was she the one that is that the one that the pet was that the one that pissed the bed or
no, she actually brought a litter box. That was
Oh God, Jesus.
I was more worried about the cat, honestly, because they
Oh, God.
scratch.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, a cat will tear up your couch faster.
They'll do whatever they
Oh
want.
yeah. Oh yeah, and the urine is way worse on a cat.
Yeah, and
Oh.
this girl was a piece of work. She just thought that she should be in the apartment when she wanted, and she shows up with her cat. We got her in an hour after you left because you left the place so nice. But
oh man,
she wanted I guess it said something on my page that I had included breakfast because normally we leave eggs or something, but we didn't have time for her.
Yeah.
And she's texting us that night after, just where's my included breakfast in the morning? And
you should have
and
sent
we're like,
DNL over in tidy whities
well, that's
and nothing else.
What I told
smoking
DNL
a cigarette and make her an omelet.
Exactly.
a little tonga chong.
Well, that's what DNL wrote her. He's like, well, if you want me over there, I'll cook you breakfast like at 9. I'll just come in and be in the kitchen for a while and
make noise.
Yeah, she didn't respond after that. We didn't have any more problems.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah, see, you definitely have some characters rolling through there, you know?
Oh yeah, I had most of my people I'm getting now actually are like, it must be the pandemic, and well, Colombia is always a great place to go. I mean, if you got dollars right now, and Bucaramanga is kind of a hidden gem.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, it really is.
Like Medellin used to be, like you said to me before, but yeah, I had one guy it was in October. I also have my apartments on booking.com, and he reserved through booking.com, and I asked for his IDs and the IDs of his guests, and he sent me 2 IDs of 2 girls and his ID. And he's like, I have 2 girlfriends.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
Do they
And
get
then I had-
along?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually did. DNL told me
Yeah.
that he came in with the 2 of them at the same time, and that he stayed there for 2 weeks, and he had 2 girlfriends. And he was a
Oh.
trucker from Florida.
Jesus. Well, he's got it figured out.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he
guess.
knows. So yeah. He's definitely not on the. Maybe he's on the Save a Hoe program. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Hey, we all got that. We all got that friend, guys.
Yeah. No judgment.
You
No
know?
judgment.
No judgment free zone.
Only envy.
Yeah.
Only envy.
But I think the pandemic must have, everybody's at home. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people met relationships online, and a lot of it probably in Colombia. So I'm getting a lot of guests coming to meet their girlfriend for the first time or second time, and it can be interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't had like the same girl show up for same guest twice. So.
Oh, that would be a good one. So, hey, cool, Dane. So maybe you could talk about just things that maybe helped you as far as,
Yeah, definitely.
creature comforts, or like, your lock system's really good, or, anything that, could help somebody that maybe wants to do some, Airbnb that's been kind of, I think you had some air conditioning things that really help you out as well, save on your bills.
Yeah, definitely. I would say if you're going to be remote, you have to be able to have some sort of control or help yourself out with like having a smart door lock where you can change the code for guests.
Yeah,
And
that's big.
being able to monitor when they come in or arrive or check out, because sometimes guests will check it. I'll allow them to check in at midnight if they are driving, and just pass them a door code. But that
Right.
way you can tell when they arrive and what time they leave, and give them your own personal code and have some control with that. And if guests lose keys, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Before I had that, I had guests lose keys and you have to call a locksmith for them at,
Oh, geez.
in the middle of the night. And so I would definitely say that smart locks with a digital keypad.
Okay.
I have these smart AC controls too, where I can turn on or off the AC in my unit.
Okay.
I got that after I had a Colombian lady stay in there for a month during the pandemic, and she ran up a electricity bill that was almost as much as my rent.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I can kind of monitor that.
So you can tell basically, like, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, I know there's devices like you can tell, like, if the guests leave, I guess, and then if there's nobody in the apartment, or if it's just, you just turn off the air conditioning because you're like, hey, you're running my bill. So,
Yeah. And I kind of have it automated too. So I have a motion sensor inside and outside the door, so you can tell when people are leaving and when they're arriving. So if people leave and there's no movement for 30 minutes or something, then it'll turn off the AC.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good for people to know. So those are probably like some of the biggest things, like air conditioning, because obviously that can run up your bill. But
to cut costs. And the other thing, my favorite thing right now is the Airbnb just set up automated messages. And especially here when I'm working during the day, I can't respond to every question on Airbnb.
Right.
They have keywords and stuff where they can give quick responses. And now it sends out a message as soon as somebody books. It says, hey, I'm super happy. It shows our space and In the future, I'll send you the information. And then one day before their arrival, they get a message with all the information and their door code. And then before checkout, it just kind of reminds them to clean up a little bit. Please leave us a good review. Hope you had a good stay. And so that takes out so much work for me being abroad.
Yeah. And then I noticed also too that you had, making people aware that Airbnb is not, technically it's not legal, and just kind of like, hey,
don't be going around the building just blasting off like, hey, I'm in that Airbnb upstairs.
Yeah. Hey, can you help me out on Piso 12?
Yeah,
I'm an Airbnb.
I'm an Airbnb. Here's my name. Oh, God. I know. You just gotta. I would say another thing. that I've learned too is your price point is really important in Airbnb
Mm-hmm.
because um, everybody goes through that, especially in the beginning when you open your Airbnb. Um, you got to start with a lower price because you don't have reviews yet,
Right.
and you got to build it up to the point where you can get to a price you like. And then, well, I guess I had experience during the pandemic, so I had to drop my price on everything because I lost 4 or 5 months of
Right.
business. But I've learned too that once you find your price, and obviously you want to get it higher, but if you have, a few empty days in between, don't drop it
Okay.
because that's when you get a different class of guest.
Yeah.
And
That's
Yeah.
when you
that's when
get the
I've had
cat lady.
problems.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
had money, but I've had people trash my apartment from booking.com on days that I just
Yeah.
was like, I really want to get these days filled. It's slow. And
Yeah.
I drop my price, and then I have some.
You're all 1999, which just wasn't good. Wasn't working
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Like,
So it's definitely good to maintain that price because
Yeah.
you're going to continue to get the same class of guest, because
yeah.
people aren't going to want to pay my price for book or manga, compared to American standards is really low, but
Yeah.
down there, that's a pretty high price. It's the same price as, the Hilton and the Dan Carlton Hotel basically per night. And so that's not a lot of people are going to want to pay that are going to trash the place and
Right.
leave their, generally people don't do that because, you're not going to go to a place to do that if you care about Airbnb, which is,
Right.
yeah. So I'd say the
Okay.
price point's really important, and yeah, multiple platforms. Like I said, I'm on Booking and Airbnb and just got on VRBO,
Oh, you're on
and that's really
VRBO?
good to help fill a calendar, and you can sync your calendars
Oh, cool.
That's
That's
nice.
nice.
between
That's
the
really
pages.
nice.
So
Okay.
if one night gets reserved in Booking, it shows up on the VRBO and Airbnb calendar. So
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice for you. Yeah, that really seems
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
it's pretty simple to
beneficial.
do.
Yeah. So
Now,
and you find working with the Airbnb, like just as far as like the mechanics, so like the interface and everything, it's pretty like user friendly and getting to know everything.
Yeah, I definitely prefer Airbnb, but
Okay.
a lot of people don't look for temporary stays as much on Airbnb. It's more like very seldom do I get like one or 2 night stays on
Mm.
Airbnb. Whereas Booking, it's basically all 1 or 2 night stays.
Oh wow.
okay.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
And
Yeah. So it's like more for filler, basically, is
yeah,
booking.com.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know as much about VRBO yet, but we'll see how that goes too.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
shorter stays really pay more money
Oh wow. Yeah.
because they don't get a weekly discount, or you have your cleaning fee each day and everything. So it's a much higher price. It's a lot more work,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And now DNL is essentially your property manager, your cleaning guy, your eyes and ears
Mhm.
on your guy on the ground, right? You kind of use him for everything.
Yeah, exactly. Um, we're just starting this week to try out a new cleaning person that he's been training, I guess.
Okay.
And we're gonna give her, promise her like 3 or 4 cleanings a month to see if
Try her out,
she
see how
can do
she
the same
does.
quality. But yeah, me and Dionel have like to keep it kind of lean and just
Yeah.
us to keep costs and make sure everything's run right.
Yeah.
Right on. Now, what's your return on investment? I mean, it sounds like this is very scalable. You just need people down there and apartments to do it, right?
Exactly. And that's why we're going to start training this new cleaning lady, because I'm going to look to try to open a third or fourth apartment soon. And like I told Dionel, because he thinks he can be everywhere at once, but it's just impossible.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
If we have an apartment in another building and the same day we have 3 check-ins and check-outs, there's
Yeah.
no way he can be in
Impossible.
3 places at once. And I said,
Right.
the idea would be like, you're going to be the apartment manager down there more than, you can run logistics and, have people here or there to do that. But if we want to grow, we have to be able to,
Yeah.
find some other people we depend on too that can do the same quality of work.
Yeah. Yeah. What so rent down there has got to be pretty cheap, right? Is it like under $300 a month or?
Yeah, it is really cheap. A lot of it has to do in Bucaramanga, I think, because the housing situation there changed overnight in like 3 years. All these not skyscrapers, but like 40 floor apartment buildings started going up, and
They're
it just,
everywhere.
yeah, and it just drove down the price of rent. And there's a lot of fast money that came into Bucaramanga and went into a lot of building projects, like much of money laundering works.
Okay. Okay. Cartel stuff. Cartels.
Yeah, exactly. Which is really good for renters, but not is so good for owners. And that's why I like this rent and sublet strategy.
Because
right
you're
now
just
in
like,
Bucaramanga.
because you're basically like,
Because
hey,
my
it's
rent
not-
is
no.
probably like 250, 260 a month for each apartment.
Okay.
And then-
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
what can you get? Like, how many days do you have to have it rented out? And then, is it like on day 20, everything from day 20 to 30 is profit, or how's the return?
For me, well, right now I'm supporting DNL on there too, and I'm trying to get him on his feet with. If my apartment manager doesn't even have a good apartment, and he's running, trying to have like a luxury apartment down there, that doesn't make sense for me. So I want him and his daughter to be in a good place. So right now I'm paying him a little more,
Okay.
but yeah, it's profitable. If I can get up to around $2,000 for both apartments after rent and everything, that's my goal every month.
Okay. 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 Cool. And out of 30 days on average, how many are they rented out? Is it like 20 or 27 or?
Probably in 2021, I would say it's more around 25.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's
that's
really
great.
hard to meet. You get one guy that screws up your whole calendar. He'll book like 2 nights when you got like 20 in a row available. You're right in the middle, and I allow instant book. So you can have some guy that's just like, oh, I want these 2 nights, and then now
You
the
just
person
messed up
that's
my
going to search for
yeah.
you for the 10th through the 20th, you won't show up in their search results all of a sudden.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Makes
you got
sense,
it. So there's these little gaps. That's why I try to fill them with booking, and I'm getting more return guests that direct message me too, and then I just make a price, cash or bank transfer, and sometimes that works too. So
Okay. Okay.
Cool, man. Yeah.
And you speak Spanish as well, so that's got to make it a lot easier, right?
yeah, I don't think I could do this if I didn't speak Spanish. It's all the hustle it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. I mean, it's not easy.
No, it's not easy, but it's rewarding, and it's a project looking towards the future and something I'd like to try to replicate, whether up here or expanding down there. I think I recommend the business if you got the patience and time and enjoy it, I guess, because it's not going to always be easy.
Right. Yeah. We can't, hence the cat.
My whole time's been a battle, but we're finally, every day we're in a better place from more experience. And
well, you've gone through a lot, Dan. You got kicked out. I mean, you got bought a bad business. didn't even have
I'm learning about business little by little,
Yeah.
But it's kind of trial and error for me, and I'm not going to give up. I don't want to be an employee forever. And if something from this works out, or who knows, it could turn into something else, knowing me.
Yeah, but, no, you definitely grind, man. I mean, that's like you've kind of proven the hustler mindset right there. It's great, man.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
This is interesting to us because, like Daniel with his place, he's got a plan of building a little granny flat kind of out in his backyard area up in Santa Barbara.
Oh, do it.
I'd like to buy a place
100%
that has the same kind of thing, a big backyard, and I can either, build a unit back there or maybe buy one that already has it. And so I'd like to get into Airbnb as well.
But, I imagine up here it's a little easier to run too.
Yeah.
You're not jumping through hoops and bribing door guards.
Yeah. no ho-hos on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's definitely more money.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, but it's cool, man. You got I mean, you figured out a way to do cash flow in another country and not even live in the country, and that's a testament there, man. That's tough.
And you don't even own the place to do it. You're subletting.
You don't even own
pretty
it.
Cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
It's a low risk, but
Yeah. Well, cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I think we covered a lot, man. I mean, just if anybody, we need to figure out if anybody wants to contact Dane as well, and maybe wants to go down to Bucaramanga.
Yes,
lonely
we'll
Americans.
throw links in
Yeah,
the
Bucaramanga
show
is a cool
notes.
place. So I recommend, as you know, you're down there, I think.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. You got like the Grand Canyon stuff here. You got like parasailing, whitewater rafting. I mean, there's a whole slew of stuff, But I don't recommend taking any chicken buses.
Have you taken any moto taxis yet?
You know what? I learned my lesson in Thailand.
I take those everywhere down there.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I just found out that they actually officially have to put the mortality rate of the buses when you go down to the station. I neglected to see that.
The mortality rates?
Yeah, because the mortality rate of taking the buses, and that's why they leave it. That's why they all leave at night, because they don't want you to see the road. And supposedly I was talking to somebody here, and they're like, "Yeah, the bus drivers are really known to be crazy." And then another thing, don't take.
Have you ever sat in the front seat of one of those buses?
No, and I don't think
I'll
I want
never
to.
do it again.
Oh shit!
Just terrifying.
You see everything. I had a bus driver that would pass around corners on this mountain pass. And
I know.
He would try to tell if other buses are coming by turning off his lights to look at their headlights. And he's like, "I'm good." And I was like, "What if the other bus driver is doing the same thing?" He's like, "Oh, I never thought about that."
Wow.
Yeah. Down like 1,000-foot cliff.
Yeah.
Like right into a cocoa farm.
Yes, exactly.
Oh God. Wow.
No, dude, I'm never taking that. I found out all the information after I had to do that.
Yeah, why don't you just take the $40 flight and
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, no, you know what I found out too? Those aren't even safe. Don't take the propeller planes, dude. In Colombia, they have like a really. Oh yeah, they're like way cheaper.
That's the only direct flight to the coast from Bucaramanga.
You know what? I found that out. Yeah, I found that on the way back.
Yeah.
I'm like, my plane has a propeller on it. Great.
Yeah, Bucaramanga is a cool place because if you guys have
Up
been
and coming.
Colombia. Yeah. Do you know what?
Yeah.
At the Bucaramanga airport, they used to have 3 crashed planes on the side of the hill.
Just to remind you,
So every time you're taking off, you're like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
And when it became an international airport a couple of years ago, they had to come in and take that out. The
Oh Jesus.
FAA, whatever, said this isn't good. So
Yeah.
they took out the crash planes there.
Oh man. Oh man.
But come to
Kinda like-
Bucaramanga,
fuselage.
to my nice apartments.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, no, it's a cool city. If anybody doesn't want something like old school, like Colombia, the way like Medellin probably used to be, or a lot of the cities, then it's a cool place. Very tranquil. The weather's amazing. 65 to 85. Yeah, it's really good food. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff. So
And the people really care about you, and like it's not some over touristic place where a lot of foreigners have already ruined your reputation for you.
Yeah. No, yeah, you got a chance there. You got, no taxi.
Get a chance for
cab
now. I don't know what my
Yeah.
girlfriend guest is doing about that, but so get there now.
Yeah, before the imperial tourism takes over.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Well, thank you, Dane. We'll throw links to your 2 apartments in the show notes. So if you're listening and you want to take a trip down to Bucaramanga and have the amenities of America down there, then you can book one of Dane's places. Thank you for coming on, Dane. This was fun.
Yeah, of course. This is
Hey, thanks, Dane.
I got supersonic speed that I used to run to you. I stretched my arms for miles and miles and wrapped them all.
Okay. Well, that was some interesting information. I like that. That's a whole new approach to Airbnb there. Sublet.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, are doing this. Not a lot, but it's just another avenue to do Airbnb. So yeah, man, it's just, but to do it in other countries is a lot more difficult,
Yeah. Yeah.
So but yeah, just a testament to Dane, and just how he did it and persevered and made it happen and has cash flow, so it's all possible.
Yes. 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 So very cool. Links to his apartments are in the show notes, so you guys can check that out. Next
Yeah.
week, I am super excited. We have Alex Black coming on. He's the president and CEO of a small junior mining company down in Chile.
Yeah.
And
Well, where else
he's
would it be?
yeah, of course. Who else? Yeah.
Of course, it's in Chile.
Yeah. It's a mining company called Rio2, RIO2.com is where you can check it out. They got a bunch of videos to they've done all the exploring already. They've drilled a bunch of um, holes and found out that they're just sitting on like 5 million ounces of gold. And now he
For the
hopes to have
Phoenix
Phoenix
project.
Gold
Right.
Project. Yeah.
Right.
And so you guys can check that out. I've watched all their videos, and I'm really excited about this. This is what Jordan was talking about, finding a junior mining company that's under good management and has a lot of potential. And
Yeah.
it's
And,
not like
and
they just go down there and just start producing gold. There's
no,
hundreds of permits they have to get. They got to get roads in there. You got to get water.
yeah.
To
Well,
be
water
able to,
right. You got to have to get water rights, which is a big thing as well
you got to put
with
all the
mining.
buildings up, get electricity, set up a camp for all your employees. It's a big process, but if you can get in on one of these kind of in the beginning, and they produce, then you have the potential to make 10x of your investment. So it's this should be interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and you actually be able to talk to the CEO who actually has a stake in the company.
Yeah, he's got. I think he bought like 2.5 million worth of shares. He's got like 15 million shares of the company, so he's well invested as far as seeing the success of this thing come through.
Yeah, if he doesn't retire after this, I don't know. Maybe he has a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Another
Isn't
interesting
it?
thing too is there's a couple of big gold mining companies that are invested in him, so that gives him a little street cred.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I have learned some stuff about gold. I've been, researching this quite a bit since I got on this gold kick, and I listened to a book recently, and one thing the guy was saying is that you kind of have to think of gold as more of like not necessarily what it's paying per ounce right now, but look at gold as how it equates to other commodities. So, for example, if you look back over history as far as what the median home price is, and then you look at what the spot price was of gold at that time, you can do a quick little division and find out that, okay, during this time in history, a house was $80,000, and that equated to being able to buy a house with 123 ounces of gold or 2,200 ounces of silver. And so I did this for gold across the housing market, and I kind of picked some of the peaks in peaks and dips in the housing market. And in 1980, you could have bought a house for 123 ounces of gold. Then 11 years later, it was 450 ounces for that same house. And then in 2006, it was 909 ounces of gold for that same house.
oh,
And then fast forward 6 years later, and now it's only 152 ounces of gold. So there's a big discrepancy there, and if you can time these correctly, you can really make a lot of money. And it also kind of gives you an idea of how much stuff costs in relation to gold or silver. You can do the same with oil. Oil was really interesting, man, because
yeah,
back in 1980, it was $100 a barrel. And with the gold
right.
price at that time, it was 0.15 ounces of gold.
Mm-hmm.
So 15% of 1 ounce would get you a barrel of oil. But now fast forward um, back last year, um, oil was only $40 a barrel, and 1/50th of 1 ounce would get you a barrel of oil.
Oh,
So
wow.
far this year,
Yeah,
the last I checked, the price of barrel of oil was $60, and with the price of gold right now, it's 3/100ths of an ounce will get you a barrel of oil. So I think oil might be a pretty good investment for the next several years. You know, you and I got into that not through any foresight like this
No.
last year, and we've killed it in 2020 on oil.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we might need to up our stake a little bit in that. You know, I think
Yeah,
commodities are going to be a big hit over the next few years with inflation
Yeah.
going up.
Definitely. Everybody seems to agree that inflation is on the rise. That seems to be one thing that's, especially people who come on the show, just people to talk to, books, what have you. Everybody's kind of in agreement on that. There's no real way around that.
Yeah, yeah. And with bond yields right now being like 1.5% and inflation being over 2%, you're essentially losing money by keeping your money in bonds. You know, it's not keeping up with inflation, and which is kind of what the government wants, because if they can take out a loan and then pay you back 30 years later with less money, then
Less
that's
money,
a good deal for them.
Yeah, not for you.
Yeah, yeah. But I want to do these same things across the board for other commodities, and then we can find some relatively, you know, good deals and cheap times to get in.
Yeah, precious metals. I like it.
I like it too. I like it too. It's interesting too, because, you know, you can see that, wow, in, you know, 2006, when the housing prices were going through the roof, it would have cost you 41,000 ounces of silver to buy a house. But just, you know, 20 years earlier, it only would have cost you 2,000 ounces of silver to buy that same house. You know, so if you can get in on when silver and gold are relatively cheap, which
Or have a
we
good
believe they are
valuation.
now,
Yeah.
you can cash in quite a bit later
Yeah. And buy a house.
and buy a house. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my whole plan with this thing. I want to play the precious metals game so that I can buy things like, you know,
Houses.
duplexes. Yeah.
Yeah. Triplex.
Yes. It's the Monopoly game, but real life.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. We have our new website is up, stevebartonmoney.com. You can go there and check it out. We got a couple of pictures up there and stuff. Dan, I love your picture with you in the RPG.
Oh yeah, doesn't everybody do that?
Yeah.
Not everybody shoots RPGs on the weekend, man.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to
full
contact
truck.
us, stevebartonmoney@gmail.com, and or you can hit us up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. That's all in the show notes.
Yeah. And don't forget to we'll take any review we can get.
Any review we can get, yes, 5-star review would be lovely on iTunes. Click that little star thing on your.
Steve will give you a lap dance for one.
Yes, I'll leave glitter all over you for the wife to find.
Because that's what he does.
Yes. Love to have you fill that out. We'll read it on the show.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. You got anything else, Dan?
No, I mean, that's it, man. Just heading back to the States pretty soon. So probably the next show will be, I should be stateside. Been gone over a month now. So yeah.
How's Chacho doing?
Well, he's still alive.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I got him. I got a camera, you know what I mean? So I can check in on him from my phone.
Do you have your cousin or aunt or someone going by and feeding him? Or?
Yeah. Well, no. There's someone staying there and watching him. So making sure he has a pulse. So yeah, everything's good.
Keeping the chocolate and Twinkies steady
Yeah.
supplies.
Yeah, steady supply, exactly. It's kind of like the smoker. When they stop smoking, they die.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, this is what happens. So yeah, you just got to keep the Twinkies and Chocos up.
Yep. Right on. Cool. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for telling a friend. And thank you for tuning in. Here is your weekly motivational speech.
What is it that's going to truly fulfill you? What is it that's going to give you that extraordinary life? What's going to make things magnificent on your terms, not somebody else's terms, not your father, your mother, your background? What is that really?
What if you live your whole life only to discover that it was wrong? That it was wrong. That you were chosen to do something else and you didn't do it.
It is not the things we do in life that we regret on our deathbed. It is the things we do not. Because I assure you, I've done a lot of really stupid things, and none of them bother me. All the mistakes and all the dopey things and all the times I was embarrassed, they don't matter. Last August, I was told that in all likelihood I had 3 to 6 months left to live. Somebody said to me, in light of those numbers, wow, so you're really beating the Grim Reaper. We don't beat the Reaper by living longer. We beat the Reaper by living well and living fully.